Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are the 1, 2, 3.
The Pierrotters!
And the first song we'd like to sing for you this beautiful sunny afternoon is By the Sea, by the Sea, by the beautiful, wait for it, sea! By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea, and you and me, oh, how happy we'll be. How each way comes the road again, oh, we will dance and sing, and float and pull around, oh, by the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea, and you and me, oh, how happy we'll be. How each way comes the road again, oh, we will dance and sing, and float and pull around the water, over and under and then up for air. I will show you a trick that will make people stare. You do as I do, by beautiful sea. Oh, one more time. By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea, and you and me, oh, how happy we'll be. How each away come alone, so we will dance to swim and float and fool around the water.
Mrs. Speedy, here we are again.
Hi, Mrs. Speedy.
Hi, how are you?
Mrs. Speedy.
Hi.
Hello, Mrs. Speedy.
Hello, Scotsman.
You sleep well, Uncle?
Yeah, all right. Acko makes funny noises. Now, Acko, what do you own? Do you own a London price or a gilt-edged 4X?
Couple of London prices, Uncle.
What?
Well, there's an investment trust section. Can we have some milk, please, Uncle?
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Speedy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Speedy.
Yeah?
Did you sleep
How
well?
are you? Did you? I slept well.
Did
How
you
about
notice that
you?
the standard stair lift was still at the bottom of the stairs this
No,
morning?
no.
I think I like the small seaside resorts best. Places where we can make a really strong impact. You can turn a small world upside down for a weekend.
I like being with groups of people. I like kind of being in tribes and being around. I like being around. I wouldn't be very good at being on a desert island. I like people around.
You have to switch the machine on.
I sometimes think it's not that unakin to how other blokes would maybe play football or cricket or have some other thing that takes them away en masse. I think it's a similar sort of outlet.
Were we playing yesterday?
Yes.
You were playing
My
yesterday?
partner, Sue, she understands perfectly well why I'm doing this, why I need to do it. It's the time of year where everybody's with their partners, with their families, and here I am, being a bachelor lad at the age of 38, going off to Bexhill-on-Sea, to dress up in strange costumes.
What on earth do you think you're doing?
Basically, we don't need to be out until 2. So we're doing 2 till 4 and then a 5 o'clock show.
Fine.
Anyway, it's all on your gig sheet. You'll be pleased to know.
Is it? All right then.
Thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Speedy.
Thank you, Mrs. Speedy.
Thank you, Mr. Speedy.
ourselves the Pierrotters after the rotting West Pier in Brighton. We saw ourselves as being a bit like the West Pier, really, something that was part of the faded grandeur of Britain, still standing looking magnificent, but maybe a bit rusty around the edges.
We like to sing and play our songs and funny stories. We'll take your blues away.
I was destined to go into the shipyard. You know, I hadn't been really much out of Barra when I started hanging around with the Pierrotters, and they just used words that I didn't even understand. They were all kind of well-behaved and PC and all that kind of, and I actually wasn't. I was still kind of viz reader and and a bit of a swearer. And yeah, I didn't think I was going to fit in.
When I'm in school, you know, I sometimes desperately want to be a Pierrot, and I think of that, you know, I think of the weekend, think of the chance to just get rid of my teacher mask and be able to dress up in pom-poms and be a bit silly. But I'm caught between the two.
I took a change of direction right at the end of the 80s and at the start of the 90s. I ended up as, I suppose what for simplicity you would call a fund manager, which is somebody that invests a pot of money. I'm not going to be in the Times 100 rich list, but in the context of the Pierrotters, it's made me a wealthy guy.
I'm Acko, I'm the mayor.
I see myself as an anarchist, really. Quite activist in the 80s. I went on all the main kind of leftist marches, anti-apartheid, anti-Nazi League, CND. I love the idea that no one will know that that is the person who turns into a Pierrot performing light songs in the 20s and 30s and making children laugh. And that fascinates me. It's like having a secret mission.
We create a period of misrule. We create a time where everything and anything can happen, which is what the seaside was always meant to be. It was where everything turns upside down, that people take all their clothes off at the beach. People wear funny hats at the beach. People try things out at the seaside first off. And it's so appropriate because actually the sea covers it all up. And then it goes away and it's wiped everything clean again. Pierrot was a character from the Italian comedy, which is a kind of medieval performance. It's the silent clown, very fey, very wistful, the long sleeves, the white face, the skull cap. And then sometime, it's thought, in around 1890, somebody, an entrepreneur literally, took the character, created a Pierrot troupe and put them at the British seaside. Up until that time, the performers have been itinerant performers, sort of blacked up minstrels, performing on the beaches.
All right, boys, are we going to sing a song or what? We're doing a show tonight at 5 o'clock for an hour over there, and this is a taster. It's called Istanbul.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought there might be a grand total. So be there, it would be nice to see you. Yeah, be there or be square, the happening thing in Bexhill. How are you doing? Are you coming to the show tonight?
And you don't know. You know now, don't you?
The Pierrot troupes perform, well, 3 or 4 times a day quite often. One of the key times, obviously, was the end of the afternoon when people are coming off the beach, about to go home for their supper.
They're supposed to start at 5. They've started at 5 every night.
Here we are. We are called the Germany, die Einschweinerei.
Die Pierrotters.
Or for those of you from further afield, the killing Pulu Saba.
Was Agno.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, fluent Mandinka for you there. I thank God. Pierrot troops were famous for their costumes, for their beautiful ballet slippers, for their white costumes, their black pom-poms, their beautiful makeup, and of course, our conical hats.
Ah, so that's why we're dressed like this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Before the last war, there were 500 Pierrot troops performing all over Britain, but now we are the last one left. Look how sad we are about that. That's very sad, ladies and gentlemen. More sad than the local town council.
4 Pierrotters, ladies and gentlemen. All of them are going for a walk to clear their heads.
Going for a walk to the garden shed.
Going for a walk to buy some bread.
Going for a walk to dance with Fred.
Going for a walk to clean my head.
Going for a walk to the garden shed.
Going for a walk to buy some bread.
Going for a walk to dance with Fred.
Going for a walk, whatever we said.
Hey! There you go.
Hey! Oh, you're lekker!
I've always loved songs of the 20s and 30s, songs that everyone can sing about emotions that everyone can identify with, no matter who they are, what position they are in the class system of Britain. These things are universal and they bring people together. And that's what music does to me at its most profound level. It brings people together. And that's what the Pierrotters do.
Indeed, it is a fine afternoon. And as I stroll along here, looking at how wonderful you all look... Oh, madam. Oh, madam. Oh, boys. I think I've fallen in love again.
Not again, Mr. Acko.
No, it's a real thing this time.
Yes, but you always say that, Mr. Acko.
No, but I feel it deep in my bones this time. Madam, what is your name? Laura. Laura, would you do me the favor of standing up and showing how beautiful you are today? Oh, please. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Laura. Isn't she lovely? Absolutely. My thoughts exactly. Ah, come to the front, my darling. And we shall enjoy dancing cheek to cheek. And then we'll dance facing each other as well. We're going to have a wonderful time. Watching the sun go down. I really love Laura. I'm for her. Ah, yes. Laura, have you ever danced with anyone quite like me before? Do you think you're going to do it again? She might. Many nights of pleasure lie ahead, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell. But Laura, above all, I just want to say tonight that you are so lovely. Never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it, for I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.
Oh, I'm desperate.
Oh, hello.
Jacko?
Yes, Uncle?
You got the key?
Yes, Uncle?
So your tummy's all right now, is it?
Yeah, apart from the obvious symptom. Yes, I'm fine.
You're not going to fart every 30 seconds for the rest of the evening.
I don't know.
Yeah, it certainly gave an interesting atmosphere to the performance.
No, I stopped going, Rob, about 13 years ago, but I got disillusioned with foot. I started my budgies are chirping. Yeah, I was just going to say. One's blue and white, one of them's blue and white, would you believe? One's green and yellow. But, every single time. Yes, it's like that. It don't... Oh shit.
People were shouting, get out, get out, get out.
There you are, look, boys' home.
Oh, brilliant.
Nice name and Keating.
Really? Oh, well. Is there anything else, huh?
Through the twilight, I can hear the humming hum of a melancholy moon.
Teasing me about being Scottish, which was always something that the boys felt that they could nail me with. So they kept singing Flower of Scotland, which, you know, whilst I gladly sing that song, I get a bit tired of it being shouted at me the whole time. So I started saying, if you do that again, I'm going to do something outrageous. So I decided, I took my trousers off, I think, in some public situation.
For the memories that still linger.
I got married a couple of years ago to my lovely wife, George. She's beautiful. She's a real corker. Uncle Taco gave us a reading, actually. He read a sonnet from Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day. And then we had an hour to kind of eat and stuff, and then I had to go off and get the slap on because the Pierrotters were doing a turn. It was a storming set. We were only supposed to do a half an hour, and I think we did an hour and a half in the end. My wedding video is mainly about the Pierrotters, not it's not about me and George, though.
To remind me, oh why I feel so blue. Troopers in the moonlight, they do me all night. Tell me what I want to.
Haddock and chips, yes?
Mushy peas and chips, please, mate.
Yes.
Cod and chips, small.
Shine brightly by my cherries, sitting here beside me. Troopers in the moonlight will bring me home once more. Sweetly this time.
Thought we did all right today.
Yeah. Well, they were lucky with the weather.
Oh. We always bring the weather.
You're lucky with the weather all weekend.
We picked up a lot of people. How many were there, Punk, you think?
Between 200 and 300.
That's pretty good.
How much did we take?
128 quid.
Very good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. One.
Is
That's
that-
for 5 or 20 though.
What's the most that we've ever taken?
About 150. But that was busking all day.
You got to de-inflate it as well.
I beg your pardon.
You've got to work out where you are as well. If you're on the south coast, you'll get
10 years ago.
Remember
Yeah,
we got that money in Poland?
Yeah.
Oh, the million jalopy.
Jalopy millionaires.
Million
Million
jalopy nightmare. Have you seen the video? Look at these poodles.
What?
Poodles.
Nice
These are fine
poodles. They've got pom-poms on their
Nice
toes.
poodles, Gull.
Okay, what's going on, boys?
Well, chips.
Hey,
Eating our chips. What are you doing? You caught anything?
try to catch some fish to go with it.
Well, what you got?
Good luck.
Sling it over here then. Here's one here. Yeah. If you
Good
catch
luck.
any batter as well, give us that.
Yeah. A few onion rings would be nice.
Yeah. Catch a bag of tatty flakes and that. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. If you catch me a lamb korma.
Punchy this time.
Okay, we're on, No.
Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see your eyes again? A tulip in the moonlight will bring me home once more.
You actually realise the power of how the mask looks and what it gives you. It makes us all look very alike. It makes it very hard for people to recognise individuals. There's a kind of almost a corporate identity that it gives us.
The Pierrotters certainly changed my life. In a huge way, actually. I've got a lot of confidence from it. Everybody has, shit to deal with in their lives, and it's like therapy in a way. I've never laughed so much in my life as when I'm with the Pierrotters. Even when I was a kid, I don't think I laughed as much as I do when I'm with the Pierrotters. It hurts sometimes, and it must be good for you, laughing.
There's a confusion of still being partly teacher and partly disapproving of the fact that everybody's letting go. And there's part of me that's standing back saying, "You're silly little boys." And of course the other part of me is relieved to be able to actually have an excuse to be a silly little boy.
I don't have a wife or a family. I'd like to be a father one day. I've never really had a close relationship with a child at all. I've never grown up with one. We see ourselves in kids, I'm sure. We see where we've come from. I find the same looking at people who are in their last days as well, people who are really quite old, that we see where we're going to.
When I pretend I'm gay, I never feel that way. I'm only painted clouds with sunshine. When I hold back the tear, make you smile here. I'm only painted clouds with sunshine. Painted in love, beautiful girls, covered with gold and old gold. Playing with around, trying to drown all of my woes. Those things may not look right, they'll all turn out alright if I keep painting the clouds with sunshine.
By the beautiful sea. We're the last remaining seaside hero troupe in the whole country. And we're performing here in Bexhill all the way through until Monday, Bank Holiday Monday. And we're here and we do a little bit during the afternoons, and then we do a whole show in the evening. And we invite everybody that we meet to come and see us. And we're the last troupe that's left, so it's nice for all the kids to see us, and all the grandparents and all the folks.
Were you
We're there-
doing the show at dinner?
Yeah, in the pavilion outside, in the sunshine. Sit in deck chairs, eat your ice cream, have a cup of tea.
Yeah, we'll come and
Just
see.
a job, eh?
Yeah, lovely.
Just for an hour and see all sorts of nonsense and funniness. Yeah. This is our 16th summer season. And we come here every year now. It's lovely. By the beautiful sea. It's good.
Thank you. Very nice.
Or for those of you from Germany, the 1, 2, 3.
Die Pierrotters.
Or for those of you from further afield, the Killing Fulu Saba.
I am the boy Gacko, and I come from Barrowtown. I like my pop and quin.
I think I've fallen in love again.
Not again.
Throw up to clear my head. Everyone to the garden shed.
If the Pierrotters were to stop, it'd be interesting to see what would happen. I think the Pierrot tradition would stop because no one else has come along in the last 16 years to follow us.
Have you had a good time?
Yes!
Well, sadly the time has come for the Pierrotters to wend their way home.
Two of the group are now married, two of us are engaged. You know, this is a suddenly higher level of commitment than before. Not to mention children. You know, it's a reality, right?
Now is the time to say goodbye.
Bye!
It was a very hard thing to let go of because it gives me a great deal of pleasure. It's very unique, you know, it's very special, and it addresses part of me that allows me to be something that I need to be.
Now is the time to yield a song.
I want the Pierrotters to be like the Marx Brothers. I want it to be that big. I'd like it to be huge. I want to be remembered for being Gacko.
Now is the time to wend away.
I'd like to continue doing the Pierrotters until, you know, I can't. I could be wheeled out, all of us kind of out, coming out on Zimmers. But I'd like to be able to just keep going.
Goodbye, goodbye, we're leaving you goodbye, goodbye. We're from the
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've been watching the one and only, the Pierrotters. That is Squacko, Macko, McBacko, Jacko, and yours truly, Uncle Tackle. We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
I can settle down to live in a town just one day, but I'll always be a gypsy at sea, but I'll find someday a place in the sun where the tempest moans, and when my life's done I can rest my bones way down yonder with old Davy Jones among my deep sea blues.